Here we have verse 11 reaching the end of this short story concerning Jesus confronting the woman who was taken in adultery. As we've mentioned before, the precise placement of this story has been a matter of some controversy, some doubt that it even belongs to John's Gospel, and those who do allow for that will often dispute whether this should be the placement of it. But one way or another, this of course is where it's traditionally been placed, and there's no great problem accepting that this is an appropriate place to find it. But in any event, we've had these religious leaders who have drugged this woman in, trying not so much to embarrass her, but to embarrass Jesus, trying to trap Jesus in some sort of inconsistency with his own teaching, really hoping to embarrass him, to put him in a position of losing credibility. But of course, once again, we find that Jesus rises above these petty attempts on the part of these leaders, and this concluding now brief conversation is not with them who have excused themselves, of course, from the setting, but now with the woman herself. There are still, of course, bystanders there. We assume that those who had been there listening to Jesus teach on this morning are still there witnessing all of this, but at this point Jesus narrows his focus to the woman herself. He's just asked her if there's anyone who is around who will continue to condemn her, and her answer now comes. Hey is the article. It's the feminine nominative article, singular. This is an idiom in the Greek language where sometimes the article can stand for the pronoun, so we translate it she, apen, said, from lego, third person or singular, aorist active indicative, so but she said, and then oudes, the adjective, is the masculine singular nominative, oudes, meaning no one. In the neuter it means nothing, so no one, Kyrie, the vocative of kurios, which is Lord, so no one Lord or no one Sir, it could be either one. And then the same word here as we had here, apen, he said, de, postpositive, ho Jesus, Jesus said, ouda, which can mean and not, nor, not even. Here it means nor, so nor ego, the presence of ego, of course, making it emphatic, neither I, se, the accusative, singular, second person pronoun, neither I, you, katakrino. Katakrino is from krino, I judge as in evaluate, but katakrino means more the idea of judging as in condemning. So neither do I condemn you. Then peruu, this is from peruomai, I go. This is the second person singular, present active imperative, so it's a command, go. Kai is in brackets here because the best manuscripts don't include it, but it hardly is necessary to make sense out of it, go. Apo, preposition, takes the genitive. Here's the genitive article, from the, and then nun. The indeclinable adverb means now, so from the now, or from the present time, or from this point on. Meketi, this is the word for no longer in the, when used with indicative mood, it is uketi, no longer. When non-indicative, as here with the imperative, is meketi, no longer. Hamartana, second person singular, present active, imperative, go, and sin, and this is the idea of sin no longer. So Jesus, on the one hand, does not condemn her. On the other hand, he does, in a sense, mildly reprove her and sends her off with an instruction not to engage in this particular behavior again. He's not calling her to sinless perfection, although that certainly should be the aim of anybody who is a follower of Christ, but he is certainly warning her against once again engaging in this egregious behavior. Jesus had not come at this moment to condemn, as he himself says elsewhere. There is a time when he will be the one that judges. The Apostles' Creed says he will come to judge the quick and the dead. There is going to be committed to him that great and awful responsibility of judgment at a certain point, but at this particular juncture, and in the entire period of time in which the gospel is being proclaimed, it is a call to grace. It's a call to receive mercy. It's a time to repent and seek that which can only come through the forgiving act of Christ. But a time will, of course, eventually arrive when the opportunity will be past. So here, the opportunity still stands, so the instruction is still given. Go, do not sin any longer. And that, of course, is presumably exactly what this woman did. And now we return to the accepted text of John's Gospel, having interrupted it briefly by this story, and we'll proceed from there next time.